Hi, my name is Mackenzie. Welcome to my channel here on YouTube, Ken's Flow. Thank you so much for joining me. If you've been following along in the chakra series, this is our fifth chakra, the throat chakra. And just like the other ones, I have a yoga flow all about opening, awakening, sending energy to that chakra, to the throat, and surrounding areas. So you can join me in any seated position, and I definitely recommend having a block or a bolster. I have this for a bolster, but it does not have to be an actual yoga bolster. Pillows work great. Finding a comfortable seat, a nice long straight spine, lengthening through the neck and the crown of the head. We're just going to take a couple moments to connect to the breath, connect to the throat chakra. Begin taking some nice deep breaths in through the nose and then out through the mouth, extending the exhale just a little bit longer than the inhale, and making a nice loud ah as you exhale. So feeling the vibration of your exhale, of your breath on the back of your throat. Continuing with those nice, long, loud sighs on the exhale. Perhaps you begin to visualize the throat chakra, picturing a bright blue energy surrounding the throat and the chest, growing larger with every deep exhale. This is our chakra of connection, of expression and identity, authenticity, being yourself. If any of those themes of this chakra stick out or resonate with you, perhaps you sort of hold that in your mind and come back to it throughout our practice as your intention for our movement. And just holding that intention, holding that visualization for a few more breaths, a few more moments of stillness. And then slowly blinking the eyes open. We're going to do a little auric sweep. Inhale, bringing your arms up overhead, and then connecting your fingertips, bringing your hands down past your face as you smile, and allowing your hands to return back to your lap. For the next inhale, you can just gently turn your gaze to the left, slowly waking up the neck here. Then exhale back to center. Inhale, turn your gaze towards the right. Exhale back to center, neutral spine. One more time, inhale to the left. Exhale to center. Inhale to the right. And back to center, beginning to feel that energy building in the throat chakra. Dropping the chin to the chest. I'm going to take some gentle neck rolls. So keeping the gaze down or the eyes closed. Inhale, drawing the right ear towards the right shoulder, and then exhaling back to center. Do this about 3 times, inhaling towards the shoulder and exhaling back towards center. And switching directions, taking the left ear towards the left shoulder, and then exhaling the chin back down towards the chest. Gently sending some energy to our throat chakra. Once you've done about 3 in each direction, you can meet me back in a neutral spine, sitting up nice and tall. We're going to get ready for some shoulder shrugs or shoulder rolls. So 2 options here. You can make a fist, make 2 fists, and sort of roll your shoulders forward in some gentle circles. Or you can bend your elbows further, bringing your hands to cup your shoulder joints and roll them forward that way. Do about 3 or 4, moving with the breath. And then you can switch directions, so making those circles in the opposite direction, moving backwards. Again, doing about 3 or 4, whatever feels right for your body in each direction. Linking our breath to the movement. On the next inhale, you can place the left hand down on the mat in line with your hips behind you. Using that left hand for balance, you're going to sweep the right arm up overhead, bringing your palm to face you. Feeling the stretch in your side body. Your gaze follows those fingertips. Think about lifting your arm, your elbow, your shoulder away from your ear, away from your torso, creating more length in your throat and your neck and your side body. And then exhale back to center, bringing your hands back to your lap. Inhale, placing the right hand down on the mat in line with your hips. Gaze comes up towards the ceiling. And then on the next breath, that left hand follows. Palm is down, facing you. Your fingertips follow that gaze, bending into that right elbow, and then exhaling back to center. Finding a nice tall seat here again. And then we'll do another auric sweep. So inhale, lifting the arms up overhead, connecting the fingertips, turning the palms down, smiling as you pass your face. And I like to imagine it just sealing in all that energy we just sent to our throat, to the throat chakra. Making your way onto all fours in a tabletop position, spreading the fingertips wide. Tops of the feet are pressing into the mat. Spine is straight, gaze is down at your hands. Inhale, lifting the left arm for revolved tabletop. So opening through the chest, gaze follows, lifting through the core. And then exhale back down to tabletop. After one more grounding breath, slowly begin shifting your weight into the right knee and shin as you roll the left hip to be stacked over top of the right, straightening the left leg and pressing down into the edge of that foot, coming into a half circle pose. Lifting through the core on the inhale and the left arm. Gaze follows just like in our revolved tabletop. Option to take revolved tabletop here if that feels better. Option to take a bend in that right elbow coming onto your forearm on the right side. Or option to keep the left hand on the hip to help stabilize you. Using your breath and your fixed gaze up at the ceiling to keep lengthening through the spine, through the neck, through the throat chakra for one more breath. And then exhaling through the mouth with a sigh, we release the left hand to the mat. Option to drop the left knee or to keep the left knee lifted and push into downward facing dog or three-legged dog. And then meeting in downward facing dog for a few breaths, creating a nice long line from your tailbone to the crown of your head, bending in the knees and allowing the belly to press towards the thighs, pedaling the feet, bending one foot at a time. Exhale, dropping the knees, connecting the big toes, sinking the hips back and coming into child's pose. Allowing your forehead or your cheek to rest comfortably on the mat. Using a bolster here underneath your chest if that's comfortable. And just using child's pose as always as a grounding posture to check in with the breath. This time checking in with the throat and the chest and the neck before we twist on the other side. Open the throat in the other direction. So just feeling the sensation of your breath on the back of your throat for a few more breaths. And then when you're ready, you can shift your gaze forward, lifting your head off the mat. Using the inhale, rocking into tabletop on all fours. Exhale, a grounding breath through the mouth. And then inhaling, lifting the right arm up, keeping the left hand planted on the mat for a revolved tabletop. Your gaze finds a fixed point above your fingertips for balance. One more breath. And then exhale, returning the right hand to the mat. From tabletop, we move into our half circle. So bringing the right leg straight and stacking that hip on top of the left. Transferring your weight into your left hand and elbow. And slowly using your breath on the inhale, opening through the chest for our half circle on the left side. Gaze is over the right fingertips. And exhale, slowly coming back down into tabletop. Or keeping the right hip and foot lifted and coming into three-legged dog. Either keeping the hips squared or bending the right knee. Whatever feels good for your hips today. Coming back into downward facing dog, we're going to pedal it out. Taking a bend in either knee, straightening the opposite leg. Lifting one heel at a time. And then on the next exhale, you can sink the hips back, taking the knees out wide, coming into child's pose. The wider we take our knees, the more natural it is for our shoulders to melt down towards the mat. Again, always option to use a block under the sit bones or a bolster under the chest here. And then inhale, shifting the gaze forward, rocking into tabletop. And exhale, tucking the toes, lifting the hips, and coming into downward facing dog. Inhaling as you walk your feet forward to meet your hands, keeping a nice bend in the knees. And think about connecting your belly towards your thighs versus connecting your hands to the floor so much. Option 2, rest your hands on a block in forward fold always instead of the floor. Inhale, halfway lift, shining the throat chakra forward as you bring your hands to your shins or your thighs, creating a flat back, straightening the knees a bit, and then exhale, bending and folding back towards the earth. On the next inhale, we're going to sweep our arms up overhead, coming into mountain pose in a stand. You want to check in here, make sure you have your feet about hip width distance apart. Your shoulders are relaxed away from your ears. And then exhale, bending in the elbows, bring your arms out to a T or a cactus shape. Lifting the chest slightly on the inhale, gaze follows for baby back bend, keeping the arms in a cactus. And then exhale, bringing the arms back up straight above the head, palms facing each other. One more time. Inhale, bringing the arms out to a T, lifting the chest and the gaze slightly for baby back bend. Exhaling with a sigh through the mouth, back into mountain pose. One more inhale through the nose, bringing the palms down to heart center. And then exhale, bending at the hips, bending in the knees, releasing the hands down towards the mat for one more forward fold. And then dropping the knees to the mat as you step the feet back, making your way down onto a seat, down onto your back. coming into a comfortable resting position for a few moments of stillness to close our practice. Maybe you bring one hand to your heart or to your chest and one hand to your belly. Whatever allows you to connect to your breath and to really feel the breath in the body. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Allowing the eyes to close or take a soft gaze. Tucking the chin slightly to lengthen through the cervical spine. Allowing all of the muscles in your face and your neck and your jaw to relax. Allowing your feet and your legs to rest in a natural position. Feeling yourself supported by the mat below you. And then maybe beginning to visualize that warm, inviting blue glow surrounding your throat. And you can continue breathing into this visualization as I lead us out with some sound healing.